Code red. Do we really need a date? Climate change is widespread, rapid, and intensifying, and some of the trends are now irreversible, at least in the present time frame.
Further warming in the coming years. We expect to see new extremes that are unprecedented.
Inclusive and green economies, prosperity, cleaner air, and better health are possible for everybody if we respond to this crisis with solidarity and courage.
Oh, Isaac, can you open the gate?
Where are we going?
This is the Iracambi farm boundary.
Yeah.
And what happens here? Forest restoration, research, education, public policy.
Okay.
Holding hands locally to try to solve the climate problem globally. Consider this quote: "The quickest and most cost-effective way of storing carbon is through planting trees." It sounds too good to be true. Plant trees, cut carbon. How do we most effectively get this simple message to people? Education. And as one of our students was quoted as saying, education is freedom. Education is an act of love.
O que você está fazendo aqui?
É ver o meio ambiente,
Sim.
que eu gosto muito de preservar.
Sim.
Eu gosto de animais,
Sim.
menos de cachorro.
She said that she's here because she loves the environment and she likes to preserve it and to preserve animals and she loves animals. Good job,
guys. Yeah.
When the students and volunteers arrive here from all over the world, they're empowered.
Being here has taught me that I don't need anything that I have at home except for like food.
They arrive not just as observers, but instantly as practitioners and people who can contribute.
It's up to us to fix things.
Consider, for example, these classrooms that once didn't exist. Before they were here, a 20-something-year-old volunteer told Iracambi co-founder Robin LeBreton that he felt that a space that looked about like this one would be perfect for classrooms. LeBreton's response was a classic Iracambi response: do it. Build it. To the student's credit, that young student volunteered and spearheaded the conceptualization, design, and building of these very classrooms, spaces where minds from across the globe still meet. And one day soon, hopefully, yet another student, or perhaps many, might offer suggestions and solutions that could further Iracambi's current efforts, such as educating kids visiting here, helping to replant trees and reforest swaths of land raised by developers, and then even telling that student or volunteer who seemingly from nowhere suggests something brilliant to do it, to create it, to envision it, to build it. But people still need to make a living, say the pragmatically minded. We agree. We couldn't agree more. The plants and richness offered by the forest offer untold opportunities for local people to prosper and to share the gift of the rainforest's vast wealth of medicinal plants. The economic possibilities are staggering. The opportunities to help people here and export medicinal plants, it's astonishing. And it's virtually untapped. This nursery is a lab of sorts where some of the most promising plants are grown, some already sold and shipped abroad.
I'm going to make another bug repellent, but it's actually very good for treating skin bites as well.
Along these trails, where on this day a student volunteer gives a tour, you can see firsthand some of the wealth of Brazil's Atlantic rainforest at work, yet with sustainability at its very heart. Here at Iracambi, sustainability isn't the halt of economic progress in its tracks, quite the contrary. It's a hands-on laboratory where people create ways to sustain the forest, to sustain economic growth, to sustain people throughout the world with the forest bounty. Part of the very essence of Brazil's economic power now and far into the future grows in these forests. Unless we cut it all down, and that future ceases to exist.
The ecology and the environment of the entire Earth. I mean, there are dire consequences to this.
Or are you profiting now and later, sustainably, for many generations to come? That's Iracambi. That's the idea. But we need your help. Please join us in the land of milk and honey.